You're standing at the edge of everything you've ever known, the edge of your doubts, your fears, your failures. The wind is howling in your face, and the ground beneath you feels unsteady. You've been knocked down, you've been bruised, you've tasted the dirt of defeat, and maybe right now you're wondering if it's worth it. Maybe you're asking yourself, why keep going? Why not just stop here? But I'm here to tell you, right now, in this moment, that stopping is not an option. You weren't built to break. You weren't forged in the fire of life to crumble at the first sign of resistance. You were made to push forward, to rise, to keep going when every fiber of your being screams for you to quit. This isn't about where you've been. It's not about the weight of yesterday or the scars you carry. It's about where you're going. It's about the man, the woman, the soul you're becoming. Every step you've taken, every stumble, every fall, has brought you to this point. And this point, this is where you decide. This is where you draw the line in the sand and say, I will not be stopped. Because the truth is, life doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't pause for your pain. It keeps moving, relentless, unyielding, and it demands that you move with it. So you've got a choice. Lie down and let it crush you, or stand up and fight. You already know what I'm going to tell you. You already feel it burning inside you. Keep pushing forward. Think about the battles you've already won. Think about the moments when you thought you couldn't go on, when the weight was too heavy, when the darkness was too thick, and yet here you are, still breathing, still standing. That's not luck. That's not chance. That's you. That's the fire in your chest, the steel in your spine, the unshakable core of who you are. You've survived every single day that tried to bury you, every doubt that tried to drown you, every voice, inside or out, that whispered you weren't enough. You're still here because deep down, you know the truth. You're stronger than the storm. You're tougher than the fall. And no matter how hard it gets, you've got what it takes to keep pushing forward. The world doesn't make it easy. It never has. It throws obstacles in your path, sharp, jagged, unforgiving. It tests you with rejection, with loss, with days so brutal you wonder if the sun will ever rise again. But that's the point. That's the design. Life isn't here to cradle you. It's here to forge you, to hammer you into something greater. The Roman Stoic, Marcus Aurelius, once stood in the chaos of war and plague, leading an empire through hell, and he wrote words that echo through the ages. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. That's your weapon. That's your shield. The world can take your money, your time, your health. It can strip you bare, but it can't touch your will. It can't break your resolve. That's yours to command. That's what keeps you moving when the ground shakes and the skies roar. You push forward because you choose to. And let's be real. There are days when it feels impossible. Days when the weight presses down so hard you can barely breathe. Days when you wake up and the first thought in your mind is, I can't do this. I've been there. You've been there. Every soul walking this earth has felt that shadow creep in. But here's the secret the weak will never understand. Those days don't define you. What defines you is what you do next. Do you stay down? Do you let the moments swallow you whole? Or do you grit your teeth, plant your feet, and push through the pain? The answer isn't in the stars. It's not in some distant hope or fleeting inspiration. The answer is in you, right now. In the choice you make when the world says stop and you say no. You keep pushing forward because surrender isn't in your blood. Picture this. A man stands alone on a battlefield. His armor is dented, his sword is chipped, his body aches with every breath. The enemy is closing in, a tide of chaos and destruction. He could run. He could drop his weapon and beg for mercy. But he doesn't. He tightens his grip. He squares his shoulders. He stares into the abyss and steps forward. That man is you. That battlefield is your life. The enemy. It's not just the people or the circumstances. It's the voice in your head that says you're not enough. It's the fear that claws at your resolve. It's the temptation to take the easy road. But you don't kneel. You don't retreat. You fight. You push forward. Because that's what warriors do. And make no mistake, you are a warrior. The Stoics knew this truth. Seneca, a man who faced exile and betrayal, wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Every blow you take, every scar you earn, is a testament to your power. The pain isn't here to destroy you. It's here to build you, to sharpen you, to make you unbreakable. When the weight feels crushing, when the road stretches out into endless shadow, that's not the end. That's the crucible. That's where the real you is born. Not in the easy moments, not in the victories handed to you on a silver platter, but in the grind, in the struggle, in the relentless march forward when every step burns. You don't get to choose the storm, but you damn well get to choose how you walk through it. And let me tell you something else. There's no finish line waiting for you with a crowd cheering and a medal gleaming. This isn't about some fairy tale ending. This is about the journey itself. The act of pushing forward isn't a means to an end. It's the end. It's the purpose. It's the fire that fuels your existence. You don't keep going because there's a reward dangling out there somewhere. You keep going because that's who you are. Because every time you refuse to quit, you prove something to yourself. You prove that you're bigger than your circumstances. You prove that you're tougher than your fears. You prove that no force on this earth can hold you back when you decide to move. Think about the people who came before you, the ones who built the world you stand on. They didn't have it easy. They didn't have shortcuts. They faced wars, famines, diseases, odds so stacked against them it's a miracle any of us are here. But they pushed forward. They clawed their way through the mud and the blood and the despair, not because they knew they'd win, but because they knew stopping wasn't an option. That's in you too. That's your inheritance. The same iron will that carried them through hell flows in your veins. You're not just fighting for yourself, you're fighting for them. For the ones who didn't give up so you could stand here today. Honor that. Live that. Keep pushing forward. And what about the doubters? The ones who told you it can't be done? The ones who laughed, who judged, who said you'd never make it? Let them talk. Let them whisper. Their words are nothing. Dust in the wind. They don't know the battles you fought. They don't see the fire in your eyes. They don't understand the strength it takes to get back up when the world knocks you down. Every step you take forward is a slap in the face to their doubt. Every inch you gain is a monument to your defiance. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't owe them your time. You owe yourself the victory of proving them wrong. Not with words, but with action, with persistence, with the unbreakable rhythm of your march forward. There's a moment, maybe it's happened already, maybe it's coming soon, when you'll feel the shift, when the pain stops being just pain and becomes power, when the exhaustion turns into energy, when the fear melts away, and all that's left is you, raw, real, unstoppable. That's the moment you realize you're not just surviving anymore, you're thriving. You're not just pushing forward, you're charging. You're not just holding on, you're building something extraordinary. That moment doesn't come from luck. It doesn't come from waiting. It comes from every single time you chose to keep going when the easy thing was to stop. So where are you right now? Are you in the dirt, bloodied and bruised? Are you staring down a mountain that looks too high to climb? Are you surrounded by shadows, wondering if the light's ever coming back? Good. That's exactly where you're supposed to be. That's the proving ground. That's where the weak fall away and the strong are made. You're not here by accident. You're here because you're ready. Ready to dig deeper than you ever have. Ready to push harder than you thought possible. Ready to become the version of yourself that doesn't just endure, but dominates. The clock is ticking. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Time doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It doesn't pause for your hesitation. It marches on, ruthless, unforgiving, and it's up to you to match its pace, to outrun it, to seize it and make it yours. You don't get to choose when the fight comes. but you get to choose how you answer. And the only answer worth giving is this: I will not stop, I will not falter, I will keep pushing forward. This is your life, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. This breath, this heartbeat, this fire in your chest, it's all you've got, and it's enough. More than enough. It's the spark that can light up the world if you let it. But you've got to move. You've got to act. You've got to push. The dreams you carry, the goals you chase, the person you want to become, they're not waiting for you in some distant future. They're here, in the struggle, in the sweat, in the relentless drive forward. You don't find greatness by standing still. You forge it by stepping into the fire. And when it gets hard, because it will, when the weight feels unbearable, when the road stretches out into oblivion, remember this: you're not alone. You're part of something bigger. Every soul that's ever fought, ever bled, ever refused to give up, they're with you. Their strength echoes in your bones. Their courage beats in your heart. You carry their legacy, and you'll leave one of your own. But only if you keep going, only if you push forward. So what's it going to be? Will you let the moment break you? Will you let the shadows win? Or will you rise, dirty, tired, defiant, and take what's yours? The choice is yours. It's always been yours. But I know you. I know the fire inside you. I know the strength you've buried under doubt and fear. And I know what you're capable of when you stop holding back. This isn't the end. This isn't even the beginning. This is the middle, the messy, brutal, beautiful middle where legends are made. Keep pushing forward, not because it's easy, not because it's safe, but because it's who you are. Because every step you take is a victory. Because every breath you draw is a rebellion against defeat. You're not done. You're not finished. You're just getting started. The world can throw everything it's got at you, every storm, every wall, every lie, and you'll still be standing. You'll still be moving. You'll still be pushing. This is your fight. This is your life. Take it, own it, live it, keep pushing forward. You've got this. Now go.